Paris, when you go back and evaluate the last game of the season, the immediate aftermath of that game, what was the rebound like in this facility, in your conversation with your teammates? What was the rebound the days after? And then you obviously get the chance to play. Can you walk us through that kind of emotional journey all the way?
Yeah, I would say, it was definitely a different feeling around the facility after that game. I would say that we had to take a minute to step back because, like Coach Day said, we were no longer in control of our destiny, which we had been all season long. So I think being able to take a step back and realize at this point we need to reflect on everything leading up to the game, which I feel like we had a lot of time to do that, but at the same time just giving everything to God and sort of being like, I told my mom, it's kind of like you're treating it like the turbulence when you're on a plane. Sort of the best way to deal with it is just to realize you're not in control and just to almost, act like it's not there until it's over. So I would say in terms of, that was the mindset I felt like I had to have when, it was not in our control, but it was depending on what other teams do. And we prepared the week before, the championship games, for the conferences, as if we knew that we were in to keep that mindset. Then to opt into that sort of break mentality, right? That can easily creep in. So instead of doing that, I feel like, the coaching staff did a great job of keeping us in a routine as if we were about to go play, which helped. So when we saw our name up there, it was kind of automatic, you know what I mean?
It's especially interesting because there's guys like yourself, maybe even CJ, who if USC doesn't win that game and maybe you don't get to the fourth spot, you might not be playing again for Ohio State, considering what your future looks like. There were some guys that had some decisions to make. So it's another element to that journey where you're kind of like waiting to find out your own future.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder how you handled that.
Yeah, so, going into this year, I kind of wanted to push all thoughts about that till, like, the end of the season, because I've seen a lot of the seasons not go people's way because they're too concerned about what they're going to do after the season instead of having their mind right where their feet is at, which I've been trying to focus on. So I would say, that game had definitely like a lot on the line, right? Like the games that we were watching. But I would say at the same time, I wasn't trying to spend that time trying to decide one way or another. So I wouldn't, put myself in a position to switch my mindset away from the Buckeyes ultimately, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to take that time to come to that conclusion. Does that make sense?
What was that moment like when USC lost and it kind of felt like, okay, we have a chance? I know you said it felt like you were preparing for that, but there had to have been a moment where you felt like, okay, we can do this. We might be in.
To be honest with you, I watched the game with my girlfriend and she was elated. She was jumping up and down. For me, I sort of treated it like a game here. Like when you win, I'm excited. But then in my mind, I was on the TCU. I was on okay, we'll wake up, I need to watch that game because that's going to secure it. There's no doubt about it. So I feel like I enjoyed it for a little bit, but I was on the next one. I sort of had that mentality as if I was, there trying to watch the game, like because I knew, you never know how the committee's going to go. But when both lose, that's kind of all you needed for the emotion and the feeling to be, all right, we're good, we're back on. You know what I mean?
What was it like here at the Woody when you guys all watched that moment when the logo popped up and it's 100% for sure happened?
I feel like it's kind of the same way how I felt after the USC game is the kind of energy I felt. Like everyone was excited, like, okay, let's go. But then we all got up and we're talking to each other, okay, so it's back to business, it's back to the usual preparation instead of, we can relax, we're in, great. Versus, okay, we're in, this is what we wanted, now it's time to execute, you know what I mean? So.